Hey guys, Will Rich here. KULR stock is revolutionizing battery tech, thermal management, and they recently invested over 50 or $48 million in Bitcoin. Why would they invest so much in Bitcoin if they're only making $2 or $3 million in revenue and their net income is negative, but they're investing so much into Bitcoin? It asks the question, why wouldn't you just put the money back into your own research and development? How come investors are seeing this as a risk? And there's also some discrepancies we'll look at in the news today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. If you guys would like to watch me trade live at market each day, market open, and see my trades, it's that second link down below. When we look at our technical analysis we have previously on KULR, it's been holding this level that we mapped out, and it's getting rejected at that $2.70 price point. We saw it push up from what was 28 cents up to $5.60 before selling off and then breaking out, and now it's getting rejected here, but still holding this overall uptrend here as well. So if it breaks above this $2.70 range, then that next level that we could see it get some momentum into would be $3.50 to $4. And previous highs would be quite the recovery. We're talking about what would be a 125% increase, give or take a few cents. And that could happen, but it could also go down. And let's talk about some things, because I think a lot of people were optimistic about KULR's move with breaking into what is this Bitcoin investment. 90% of their surplus cash is going into Bitcoin. And we can see they have this investment strategy where basically they just bought another $8 million at a price of $101,000 per Bitcoin. And then if we go to their news or their company here, we could see that just recently before that, they had bought their position. They increased it to 42 million with an average price of 98,000 per Bitcoin. So their Bitcoin investment, if we look at Bitcoin now, it's at 105,000. It's really been consolidating here, but it's actually starting to push and really knock on the door of that $105,000 resistance. We'll see if it pushes up and continues that hyper bull run. What's most likely to happen in the long term is Bitcoin is going to go up. There's a lot of things we could go into around how, possibly this is a smart move to diversify against inflation, as every time the money gets printed by the Fed, it's going to increase the value of Bitcoin. Anytime there's more distrust in any governments in currency, people are going to buy Bitcoin. This aligns with their long-term goals of having their money be growing, and the financial side of it makes a whole lot of sense. But we have to point out, right, they now have a $50 million position here, and that instead of reinvesting heavily into what is their R&D, they work with NASA, they work with Lockheed Martin, they're working with Department of Transportation, we're talking about Navy, Army. They have a seat in the upcoming SpaceX rideshare mission to send their batteries up into space. These things that they're doing, why not invest more into your research and development, your thermal management? If you're building technology that is carbon composite, that is highly resistant to extreme temperatures, and maybe could help with EV manufacturing and things like that, they're placing significant capital into Bitcoin. And I'd like to, because in all these articles that we see, and let's just take a look, they don't actually, and we'll get into the financials, but they don't actually talk about this long-term play. They say the common stock trading, they say Bitcoin yield is intended to provide insights into KULR's Bitcoin acquisition strategy, but not should be interpreted as measuring operating performance, nor does it account for companies' liabilities or broader financial position. They also say KULR remains committed to its strategic goals of advancing shareholder value while adhering to disciplined financial management. No, I get that. But why don't they talk about the long term? Or how long are they going to be in Bitcoin? Is all this cash now tied up? It's not going back into the company at all? Or is it something they're doing for a shorter period of time? To know those things is pretty important. So just recently, KULR Technology Scripps research collaborate on novel pyrolytic carbon electrode technology. We know they work on batteries down to the cellular level, but we also see them working in carbon composites. See, pyrolytic carbon electrodes are produced using a proprietary chemical vapor disposition process, significantly reducing manufacturing costs and making large scale synthesis feasible. You can see, unlike fragile RVC electrodes, PC electrodes are mechanically robust, enabling simple cleaning and reusability without degradation. Why this matters? This electrode addresses long-standing challenges, offering an economical, high-performance solution for batch and flow chemistry applications. Its scalable and broad reactivity promise to democratize access to advanced electrochemical techniques, enabling research and industries worldwide to adopt sustainable methods. Now, it all sounds quite nice. It sounds good. And that's cool to see them doing that. I guess that it just seems like a potential risk for investor sentiment. When we look, like, let's just take a look at when we look at their financials, you can see here revenue 3.2 million, and year over year they're at 4%. Net income was still negative 2 million. Net profit margins were negative 62%, which had gone up a little bit, 65% year over year. So they look okay, like they look all right. There's some, it's pretty low revenue for a company that, when we look at it, has a market cap of 588 million, and we see their revenue of 3 million. Now, they've made more than that investing in Bitcoin so far. But I think that it could be perceived, at least in my eyes, is how I perceive it, possibly a little bit of lack of confidence in their core business. And I'm not saying this is bearish. I'm not saying this is a bad thing that they're doing by investing in Bitcoin. I've said multiple times I like the move, but it just seems like someone said the other day, hey, if they're putting all this money into Bitcoin, how are they going to be putting money back into their research and development? And I thought, hey, that's a really good question. We know that they have the NASA partnership, so they got Lockheed Martin as well. So when we go over here, for example, NASA uses KULR's tech for Mars rover missions. So market potential, the thermal management, it's a growing market. You can see rise in EVs being a big thing, consumer electronics, but also just space exploration. And those are all great things. We're expected to see the market grow by at least $25 billion in 2026 into 2026, just in thermal management alone. So it's a big market. They're a smaller company. They're in a great place. But when you just look at their revenue to how much money they put into Bitcoin, it's quite interesting. It's maybe they're not seeing places to put the cash right now, and that's why they're putting the money in. I like that they're the tech that they're doing, and I love to see this news that's coming out around some of their developments. The reason I just screenshotted that is because I want to search with a Google image. I believe you can upload an image onto Google, and I want to see what comes up. This is a Pixabay image. You guys seen these? Like, they look really cool, but there's not any picture that is a real picture. I just took this picture from this KULR article. I'm considering doing some more, but like maybe it's all Pixabay and that's how they do it. But I would like to see some real pictures. Wouldn't you guys like to see a real picture? This image is a little bit misleading to me because they put this image here. We just searched this image on Google. It said it's a Pixabay, the exact same photo. It's a Pixabay. When you search fiber optics, someone went here and grabbed a photo off of a stock image site and dropped it into the article. If they want to really give more concrete looks into their tech, I would like to see that. Same thing with the batteries. I love to see the pictures of the batteries. However, these are all 3D CAD designed batteries. 3.2 million in revenue, and then they're putting 50 million into Bitcoin. Yeah, there's volatility that will happen. That could happen. What if Bitcoin drops? That's a lot of money to lose. But on top of that, it's a long-term play that could be really good. But I guess like seeing that image on Pixabay, it just gets me another thing where it's like, okay, you're investing a bunch. What's the research and development look like? Then they have new articles and things that come out, and I'm looking at it and I'm not seeing like the actual thing. I'm seeing very beautiful jargon. Maybe their investor relations just need to put a little bit more information to getting hard, or a little bit more effort into putting a hard photo, a real behind the scenes photo that can give investors a better idea. And I would love to see that. You could see there's a lot of great things that come out related to the company's development. Just would like to see that clearer in the actual hard evidence of what it is that they're putting together. Even if it was like, this is how it looks right now, and it's like not that cool. To take it from Pixabay, it looks really cool. It's great marketing, but got to keep that in mind. Again, the stock, when we're looking at it, I think the actionable look here at KULR stock, it's holding above this line. What we're going to be looking for is if it breaks above this 270 or potentially sells down to this support. That could be a potential shorter term trade. If it breaks above here, that could be a potential longer term swing up here, which would be good indication of a buy. We'll be looking for it at market open. And I'm so excited for tomorrow morning at 6:30. If you guys want to join me there, it is the second link down below where we trade live at market open. You could surround yourself with other traders and investors. Hopefully I earned your thumbs up, guys, and do consider subscribing. I'd love to see you there on market open tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.